What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Nano Goblin,
What's going on? I'm Gelmain.
and this
Welcome.
is
Peripheral
Peripheral.
Rewind.
Yeah, hey!
I I beat you to it. Hey.
Oh, next time, Gadget. I mean, Gelmain.
Ow, fuck.
You
Punched my
okay?
mic. Okay. Welcome everybody.
Yeah.
I will apologize because it is my fault. We have missed two uploads. Um, because I took a week off. To be completely honest. I I suffer from chronic heart palpitations, so I have them, I feel them, I hate them. But I had an episode where they lasted a significantly long time, almost 3 days, of me having multiple ones an hour for a long time. I ended up, I went to the emergency room, had myself checked out, made sure everything was okay. I'm fine, I'm good, I'm doing well. But at that moment, I think I was probably overworking myself to be the most honest. I work a regular full time job, but then I was also trying to start a new YouTube channel, which is there. Um, so it's one of those things that I was just, yeah, I think I was pushing myself a little hard and stressed myself out. So I took a week off. I didn't even sit on my computer for a full week. So I apologize, but it's also a note of make sure you take care of yourself. Be aware of what your body's doing, and don't hesitate to get help, whether it's mental, like therapy, or physical, or whatever. Go to your doctor, go to whoever, get yourself checked out.
Well, I'm just glad you're okay, man.
Yeah, it was one of those things that it was just, yeah, I think I just got to myself. I like overworked up myself, I guess. Um, just because I was go 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 for what, a bunch there, and yeah, just needed to chill out and relax for a week.
Fair enough. In this past couple days, without getting too graphic, I'm finally on the tail end of it, I think. But let's just say
Well,
my
yeah, well, you've had an unfortunate stack of a bunch of stuff, but at the end of all of this, you've been now just you've had a stomach virus of some sort that's just kicked your ass.
yeah, and it takes a lot to kick my ass, but you know what's even scarier? The fat kid ain't hungry. I had to remind myself to eat. I know, shocking.
Oh,
Yeah, my dad actually came in and said, You didn't eat? Do you want something?" I was like, "Oh yeah." Um, so
food.
yeah, that's
But
the
you
thing.
you did just finish live streaming as well, so make sure you guys go check him out, Storm Maximus on Twitch. He
Thanks,
just
man.
did. He just finished Resident Evil 5 with another fellow streamer, Jack, um, and they absolutely slammed it. It only took 3 sessions.
Maybe four. I want to say four. Although we could have done it in three, but that last time I was still slammed. And I'll be honest, the last time we streamed, I don't remember what I did. I don't remember what I said. I don't
Mm.
remember how far we were. Like, it
The
just,
the meds were kicking hard.
bro, like, one clear thing I recall was I made a. So, Linus Tech, do you guys know Linus Tech Tips? For those of you that don't know, he's a ginormous uh, tech YouTuber, really big in the technology space. And he made a joke reference regarding. Oh, Charmaine's being abducted by aliens. Oh God, no!
I'm trying to fix my blue screen a little bit.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
everybody.
no worries. But I had referenced a joke that he had made, and to be quite honest, it's rather funny when you know the full context. And then I realized not everybody realized the full context and how out of pocket it sounded when I referenced it. And it just was like, oh shit, I'm getting canceled.
Oh.
Because it was just so fun. It's so I'm not gonna repeat it here, but I just chuckled and I made the joke and then I was like, oh fuck. Okay, and then I don't remember what else I
That's
said
funny.
during the stream. But anyway, okay. Um
Also, just quickly before we move on to the next thing, is this backwards for you?
for me on OBS it looks fine.
Okay.
It
So,
it's
okay.
it's
Because for
facing
it's
the
backwards for
proper
me.
way.
So I was just checking.
Yeah, no worries, because it's facing properly.
Okay. So today's actual episode, aside from the apology, um, we are going to talk about summer fads or fads that happened growing up. For example, I can throw out Beyblades or Pokemon cards, that kind of stuff. We're going to kind of dip a little bit more into. I know we've talked about toys and other things like that before, but we're going to dip a little farther in, talk about the ones that actually we were heavy into, and or still are. There's some things that we definitely both into. No, that's not it. You can't see it. I'll show it here in a second. Oh, he's got a beard hair. Or it's a head hair.
Holy crap! Where did that
Uh-oh.
come from? What the fuck?
It was your sister's hair in your food.
I don't. That's too long to be. God dang, man! Holy, what
You
the?
can't see it on camera. That's funny. Okay, anyways,
Oh,
let's start at the beginning. What was your favorite fad that you were into um during our childhood?
I absolutely adored like the. I'm not talking about like the jungle or fossil set or whatever, but I adored the original Pokemon set.
The base
The
one and two.
base,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Just because all my friends, like, of course, we knew there was some harder to come by, of course, because they marketed that, right? Like, you had the chance to get a holo card or whatever, and
Hmm.
it wasn't necessary. Of course, we know it. We learned a little bit early in, it had a monetary value, right? But like, what I loved was the initial, like, everybody was excited about almost every card. Like, you had a person that
Oh
loved
yeah.
the Shelter card, or you had a person that loved the Squirtle card, or you had the weird
Yeah.
person that loved the
Yeah.
Kakuna card, kind of a thing, you know? Um, I mean,
it was one of those things. I won't say that Pokemon cards were my favorite fad, but it was definitely one of the top ones. I never, as bad as this is, so I had Pokemon cards,
you
but
said your
I didn't
favorite. Oh,
buy any.
oh,
Yeah. Well, it that is definitely one of, like, it's top three for me for sure. Um, because Pokemon cards were the shit. You're exactly right. It was one of those things, like, to to go to school every day and someone's like, "Hey, look, I got a new pack," and they open it and then they pull like a Venusaur or something like that. You're like, "Oh, that's awesome," you know. But back then in 1999, who no one cared. It was like there we knew that there was probably a monetary value, but as kids, we were what, 11 years old at that point in time. Like,
yeah,
we didn't care about the monetary value. We cared, hey, who's got what Pokemon, you know?
right.
Like, and we actually were playing the game. Like, that was one of the other things. Like, We were sitting out there in the schoolyard. Here's the worst part, and it's cringe for a lot of collectors now, is back in that time, we didn't have game mats or anything to play on. I don't know about you, but I was sitting in the middle of the concrete friggin' parking lot pad that we had, basketball court, slamming cards down on the fucking asphalt with fucking rocks everywhere, like getting them all scratched and banged and just absolutely obliterated. I'm sure I don't know if I had a holographic, but I definitely had a Charizard at one time. Like, but I never bought cards. I just acquired them by friends going, "Hey, do you want this?" And then I just start trading. Like, that was the definition of a trading card game. It was trading. There was my friend would be like, "Here's a Metapod, and here's like 5 cards out of the pack that I don't like," and I'd be like, "Cool, awesome," and I'd keep them, and then eventually I'd be like, "Hey, you've got a Charmander. Can I trade these 2 cards for it?"
And I my absolute top favorite though that got me for the longest time, um, Digimon, the Digivice, the first Digivice. That was the one that got me, like the Tamagotchi Digimon thing.
The Tamagotchi style. Yeah. I had one. Um, I think I had it was just an OG white with blue buttons, like the OG style. I didn't have one of the fancy green ones or anything like that. Um, but that was just because those come out pretty much right when, I would say, 6 months after the Tamagotchi phase started. Because like regular Tamagotchis were huge, and then Digimon was like, we can capitalize on that by putting one in a Digivice.
Yeah.
So, and I think Tamagotchi's owned by Bandai.
Mm-hmm. I think you're
I don't know
right.
if they were at the time I don't know if they were at the time of when we were kids, but they are definitely, I think, now.
I think they were back in the day as well, because I actually bought a first generation Tamagotchi, and it says Bandai on the packaging.
Yeah, so they own the rights to Digimon as well. So, but yeah, it's one of those things. Like those definitely, yeah. I loved my little dude. Um, I remember just you'd literally clip them to your belt and go to school.
The teacher would get driven nuts by all the little beeping.
Yeah, we had to. There was a like a mute on them, so you had to mute them in class,
Oh, my class
and
didn't
we weren't allowed to
give
play with
two
them.
flips. Why? We
Yeah,
we got
no,
them
not
banned
good.
at our school.
Yeah, so um, I'll say what my favorite was. So my favorite was Crazy Bones.
Memory
You forgot about
unlocked.
Crazy Bones, didn't you?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, so that was my favorite. That was one of the ones that I actually had a good collection. Like I had a the old school pencil cases where it was just dump all your pencils in, and it was just it was probably about like this big.
Yeah,
Like that was I had one of those just full of Crazy
yeah.
Bones.
That's
Um,
awesome.
and like I had so many because we played for keeps at school.
Ooh,
So
that's
when you played
hardcore.
Crazy Bones, I would like it became pretty competitive. So there was at one point where I like I gave a lot away. But like we played for keeps. Like I was 100%. I was cleaning house at school. Like there was a couple of us that were just too good at it. It's the same as like people being really good at pogs. Um, Problem with the reason Pogs isn't my number one is because Pogs got banned within a week and a half of it taking off at my school.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because I think, did Pogs come before or after Pokemon?
I want to say before.
Was it? But Pokemon got banned pretty quick as well. At least the um like the excess of bringing cards to school, like because people were bringing like piles of cards to school. Like they were like, no, you can't do that. Like like this is a not at school thing, because people were trying to trade cards like underneath their desks and shit like that. Like
Mhm. Oh yeah, that was so I
but
was
that's the thing with school back when they canceled,
yeah.
they banned everything.
Yeah, like we weren't allowed to have
I hated it.
phones or anything. Although cell phones weren't really like a
No.
thing.
High school is a different story.
Yeah,
High
yeah,
school
yeah.
it started to become a big thing. Although I had a Nokia brick at that point in time. But yeah, so yeah, that's definitely the top fads. Um what was your longest running one? Or
Uh,
is still your longest running
I
one?
mean, technically, gaming. Uh, at least,
Yeah, yeah. I would say mine is Pokemon in the virtual world. Like the
yeah,
Pokemon games is definitely something I still do.
yeah. That's the yeah, cause like gaming in the you remember when in the 90s they were everybody was like, oh, gaming's just a fad. It's gonna burn out like super fast. I think nowadays we're
Yeah,
getting there, but it
it's
took a while.
yeah. Oh, 100%. But it's one of those things, like gaming has become a lot more of a thing, to the point now that you see there's full conventions, there's big game awards, there's so many live streamers, like a lot of content nowadays is people gaming and trolling people within games and stuff like that. So gaming is kind of at the forefront, I think, now, um, of a lot of stuff. But um, what what was one thing that was a fad? So like Crazy Bones or Pogs or something like that. Something that was a fad like that disappeared, um, that you ultimately wish would come back.
To
Because like
be
Pokemon is still here. So that you know what?
uh, to be honest, mighty and I apologize for interrupting. I if I did.
No, no, no.
But Mighty Max. Do you remember Mighty Max? They were okay, so
I don't.
Polly Pocket, are you familiar with that?
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Was Mighty Max the
So
male version?
precisely, yeah, it was the one targeted for
Okay,
boys. And so
okay.
I they weren't anything big deal. You know, they were the little much like Polly Pocket. You would open up the little shell or whatever, and would have the little
Yeah,
figurines and like a little self-contained world inside, sort of. Um,
yep, yep,
and
yep.
I just remember getting those and just being thinking, man, this is pretty cool. It's like having your own little world in your pocket. You know, it's so cool. Um,
I
I
I don't think I had one of those. I don't even I don't well, for the example, I didn't know what it was. Um as bad as it is, like I understand your perspective on it, but I think because it is so closely represented by Polly Pocket, that it's, hey, you have a dollhouse in your pocket.
okay. So what they did, I respect that. I do. I respect it. But for this one, they really, the night, the extreme 90s, that kind of thing that they kind of
Right.
christened with
I'm not saying
comics.
it's not cool, but for me it was because all I could, like right now, like all I can think of is it was Polly Pocket. So
Sure.
to me, I'd just be like, oh, that was just the guys that were sick of playing with Polly Pocket with their sisters or whatever. It was like, hey, look, I've got one now. And then, sorry.
No, I get it. No, it just
I'm not shit. I'm not
no,
shitting on it,
it's
but
no, it's fine. It's no, it's just I thought they were cool because it was just like they had monsters and ghouls and other other uh
yeah, they
they
definitely aimed it
yeah
for the boy audience for sure.
yeah and I think I liked it because it was like finally we have our own suck it Polly Pocket, we got monsters, kind of a thing. um
I'm trying to think of what I would want to come back. Obviously, Crazy Bones, but I'm trying to think of something that is not something we've talked about that I wish would come back. Because like a lot of the stuff that I wish would come back is stuff that I could still do if I really wanted to be active. But like, because like Razor scooters, um, like trick scooters is still a huge thing. There's still a lot of people doing trick scooters. They've evolved since what they were back when Razor kind of started that category.
mm,
Um, but I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I would like to see kids outside again doing like the way it was when I was a kid. Like there was I think there was a group of a dozen of us that used to get together and just we'd skateboard and scooter and stuff like that. And we'd poke fun at each other because we're friends, but like ultimately everyone knew how to ride both of them, you know? But it was
yeah,
always when you went to a skate park, there was no scooter kids around, you know? There was different language at that point in time that was
yeah,
used. Um, as long as you weren't rollerblading, you were fine.
yeah. uh
But yeah, I'd like to see that again. You don't see the big groups. Like you can go to like my local skate park and I'm sure there's a scooter kid out there riding around, but he's not on like on the level of he's just riding around because he's probably a really young kid. But like we were jumping 8 stairs and just, doing whatever,
Trying to
breaking our
slide
scooters
the
all the
rail,
time.
yeah.
Or making our own rail. I remember, as bad as this is, don't do this, kids. We, it was, it was a street sign that we pushed over, and it was an important one. It was like I say it not important. It's kind of important, but I'm pretty sure it was a watch for kids playing sign.
Mm.
But we we knocked it over, um and like kind of pulled it off the thing because it was already a wobbly sign, and then we set it up down the stairs so we could grind down
Dude, that reminds me
it.
of a story with my childhood best friend, man. Holy, dude, I can't believe I'm still alive with this story. Hold on. Uh, so
Oh,
I
I
was
can tell you
in
some stories.
I was in my manual wheelchair, and my buddy at the time wanted to go to the local skate park because he was, practicing his tricks like, just ollies and kick flips and all that.
Yep.
And we got bored, and I was like, "Dude, that's a bull. I'm literally strapped to a board with wheels. Technically, push me in." And sure enough,
hmm
hmm
How'd that go?
well, there's a dent on the side of my head for a reason. No, but it went fine. No, honestly, it was. I'll say it was everything that had to do with luck, youth, and stupidity. It was on my side that day, cause I was
hmm
fine. I didn't hurt myself or anything. But honestly, looking back at it now, because we were talking about this the other day, we turn, we make a wrong turn in bed. We wake up and we're like dying. But, like, So I started to wheel really fast, and ladies and gentlemen, no, I'm not doing what you think I'm doing you get your dirty minds out of the gutter. I was wheeling really quickly, and I went to turn, because right when you get up to the top of the lip, because
Yep.
I know my chair's not going to be able to take a high jump. It's a fucking wheelchair. It's not a board. Um, so I
Yep.
started to turn, but I overcorrected on the turn, and I flipped my chair inside the thing, and so my buddy, and because I didn't take a helmet or a pad or anything, because I was like, I'm just gonna sit there, and my parents thought I was just gonna
Yeah.
sit there too, And I was like,
Yep.
nah,
Yep.
fuck it. All my buddies are having fun. My parents don't know this story either. Um,
You should
to
tell your dad, see what he says. but
but
it's
yeah.
it's one of those things there are people in wheelchairs that make a living doing extreme stuff. There's a guy that goes by the name Wheels, who does crazy things in a wheelchair, to the point that he's on Nitro Circus and stuff. Like he's doing mega ramps on a wheelchair, doing backflips and doing shit like that. Like that guy has all my respect when it comes to that shit. Like, you know,
So cool thing about
but
chairs like those are typically they have canted wheels, meaning where the top of the
yeah,
wheel is more closer in, and the bottoms are
yep,
splayed out a little bit to give a bigger support base. My chair
yep.
was not that. Mine
No,
was the
I get it. I've done some stupid things. So if we're let's talk about stupid things we've done. So I could talk about something that, well, I didn't do it. I witnessed it, and it
Mm,
was funny but terrifying all at the same time, because it was funny in the moment that like we're both laughing, and then like by the time I actually get over to where he is and look at the position he's in, he could have had something impaled through him.
ooh.
So my lifelong best friend that we've been friends since kindergarten, if not
Mm,
even preschool, um, who I still hang out with on a weekly basis. That's who I go hunting with. That's everything like that. So
mm,
when we were younger, he had a four-wheeler, that we always like to do stupid shit on, donuts and things like that. There was one day he ripped down his driveway, which is a really long farm driveway, so it's ridiculous. Anyways, he got to like the 3/4 mark, and there was some puddles from ruts that are in the driveway.
mm-hmm.
So, and it was winter, so it was icy. So he's like, cool, I can spin my bike right here. So
Oh
he starts
no.
doing like power donuts in the four-wheeler, and he ends up catching grip and flipping himself off of it. The four-wheeler didn't flip, but it threw him off of it, and he
Mm-hmm.
landed in the trees on the side of the driveway. Um, and these were small little trees kind of thing, not big trees, but like, anyways, I at this point I was already walking down the driveway because I was like, hey, that looks fun. I want to do that too. And I get down there just as he's flipping off, and like we're both laughing because he's laughing as soon as it happened. He's like, that was kind of cool. It just flipped me off. And I go over to help pick him up because he's in the deep snow in this tree. And I look at him, and he's kind of sitting like this.
Oh no.
and and right here, or I guess right here, because this is, no, let me look at him. Yeah, it was over here. It was on his left side. There was literally a stick sticking out, like with a sharp point from where it had broke, sticking out probably 2 to 3 inches from like his armpit. Like it was right there. It was probably an inch from hitting his armpit. Um, but it was
Oh.
it was a significant stick. And I'm like, you almost died. And he's like, what? I'm like, look under your armpit. And he did one of these. He went, well, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like we were 14 or 15 at this point in time, I think. And like we laughed it off. We were young kids, whatever, shit
Yeah.
happens. But like it was one of those moments where you're like, right, okay, got to think about shit like that, like, but it was one of those, like, we laughed about it, had fun, and I think we even got back on the four-wheeler and did a couple more donuts, but like it was definitely one of those, like, well, you almost died.
Well, man, that's one of those lucky being a kid moments.
But that's a fad that you still see kids doing it, but buying four-wheelers and stuff like that to rip around on trails and stuff like that. That was a fad I loved. Anyways, okay, sorry. We've kind of gone off on tangents here.
That's the beauty of
Um
this podcast, my dude.
it is. Okay, so um when you got into, let's just use Pokemon as a prime example because it's the easiest. So when you got into it, like specifically the card game, was it, what started that? Like, were you one of the first kids to show up to school because you saw it on a commercial and bought them, or was it a friend at school that you went, oh shit, they're doing that now, and like went and bought them?
That's it. You got it exactly. That the second one there. Like I was a fan of the video games, and
Mm-hmm.
I as much as we've said we prefer the Digimon anime, I'm sure we still watched the initial runs of Pokemon for sure. Um,
I was just watching it. You were
right,
just
yeah,
watching
I
it with
was
me.
right there with you, yeah. And so uh so I was my friends and we were trading Pokemon, we were watching the anime, and then all of a sudden my buddy was like, "Hey, Nano, check this out." Um and I think it was like a Vulpix uh
Oh,
like
okay. You know what?
tree
There was a lot of Vulpix
or
cards.
something like that. I don't remember exactly,
Yep.
but Vulpix was what popped into my mind. I think it was
It
a
was a big.
Vulpix.
It was a really common pull. I think was a
But
Vulpix for sure. I
but
remember. I think I had 8 of them at some point.
well, you had a furry harem ready to go. Um,
Oh yeah.
but uh, but yeah, my buddy was like, "Did you know they have these cards?" And I was like, "Wait, there's a card?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's a trading card game." And I was like, "Mom, Dad, guess what? Oh my gosh, they have these cards now. Can I have some?" You know.
Hmm, hmm.
And
See, I I remember same thing. Pokemon did that, but I ended up being in our local uh, like convenience store that we had. It was called Swans, but it was literally just like that local. You need to go and get milk for home or something like that. But it was also, they had candy and everything like that. And I remember being in there one day um, during the Pokemon fad, and I saw my first pack of Digimon. No one had them at school yet, and I bought one. And when I went to school, obviously other kids had them. They were like, "Yeah, I've had those for like a week now." But I remember the Digimon cards coming out and going, "I like this game way better."
I had some of the Digimon too, and I agree. But they didn't. The initial run didn't last nearly long enough.
But see, my problem. Oh, this isn't. Hold on. What is this? Oh, that's funny. Sorry. I grabbed a thing of cards. So if I don't know if I've talked about it, I know I've pointed it out behind me in one of the first episodes. So behind me, because I'm very unorganized, are a bunch of cards. Mostly Magic the Gathering, but I have other cards here as well. I wish they were Digimon, to be honest, but they're not. but they are. Oh, you can't see that. My blue
And
screen is taken out. It's Star Wars.
oh my goodness.
So I've got a little bit of Star Wars. What else is in here? X Files. Do you remember X Files had cards?
Vague. I'll be honest, vaguely.
They were actual like trading cards. They weren't a game or anything
Yeah.
like that. They were straight up like they're hold on, let me find one here. So this one, if I can,
Uh,
that one
there it is.
is it's from X Files. Um it is from season 2, episode 21. Um the what is that? The Calusera, or sorry, but it's scenes from the show and
Very
stuff like that,
nice.
and characters and stuff like that. What else is in here? There's other stuff in here. I happened to pick up the one box that was not Magic the Gathering.
Our mutual buddy, Burnham.
Yep, I saw him
He.
today actually.
Oh, nice. How's he doing? I haven't talked to him except for the other day.
He's good, getting married, doing his thing.
Yep. Regular Casanova over there.
More X Files. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, let me grab one of the other boxes.
No worries, dude. No worries.
Don't mind my fishing rod in the background. Okay, this has magic.
Excuse me.
Not those cards, but like um the introduction to it. Um my dad got into it back in the early 90s. Um and he taught me and my brother how to play.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started anytime we were with him, we would go to the local comic shop and buy them. And, I wish I still had some of my originals, which my dad might just have them. I have a bin of my dad's actual cards here. Some of those could have been mine, but he was trying to do master sets as well as play. So
So you,
he doesn't buy or do it anymore. But we're talking like early 90s. That's what he was doing. He was trying to do master sets. And that kind of is what drove me to want to continue doing some of it.
yo,
But
that's
I
crazy
just
though.
buy and sell.
Think about that though. In the '90s, to have the forethought of doing master sets, like that's
Yeah.
pretty common practice nowadays for collectors. But like back in the
Well,
'90s, that was like
so
that's
the
pretty.
good thing that Magic did early on, sorry, my ears are itchy. The good thing that Magic did early on is they gave you checklists for sets. So you would get checklists, and or you could buy the master book and and you could literally check off, like they were checkbooks. Like you could literally check off your collection.
Mhm.
And I know Pokemon probably had one early on, but it wasn't as big of a thing because more people were focusing on just purely having cards and or playing the actual game. But sorry, I'm trying to keep my fishing rod out of frame here. Whatever, fuck it, because it makes a shadow which doesn't go away.
No worries, dude. You're good. I think everybody loves to see your hobbies during the podcast.
Well, it's really talking about kind of where my collection has come from, that I still collect. I buy and sell and stuff like that. I'm more of like a reseller, I guess now. I try and find collections that people are just selling off, and then I go through them, find the cards that might be worth something, and then sell those to make a little money. I have made quite a bit of money since I've gotten back into it, but I need to make more.
Congrats, man.
But it's one of those things. Like that's one of the things. That's kind of one of our talking points. It's later on, but well, I guess we talk about it now. Fads that we're still into. So mine is still Magic the Gathering and video games, for sure. As well as collecting toys. Like I have a bunch of pop figures as well. These guys, it's in my opinion, we had Beanie Babies when we were kids, which they were fluffy animals. They had cool some that were cool, like little dragons and stuff like that. But I think these are better. I like hard statues better, and or bobbleheads, depending on what it is.
My
Xenomorph.
ex-girlfriend said the same thing about me. No,
But
never mind.
it's my thing is I collect a lot of weird shit now. And I know my wife hates it, but I keep doing it. Like we were in the superstore, which is just a grocery store, and they had collectible glasses that were Marvel. So I bought the whole set, but I bought 2 of these because I bought a whole set for actually using upstairs, but then I bought myself another Groot, so it's Groot in the glass in his pot.
That's awesome. How could she hate that? I don't understand.
She hates it because I probably spend too much money on it.
Oh.
Right now pops are definitely my downfall. Although I don't buy all pops, I just buy pops that are stuff I actually really enjoy. So like I've got Alien and Predator beside me. I've got Edward Elric beside me. I have almost the entire Jurassic Park collection. Like the first one. I'm missing 2.
Are those
Yeah,
the crazy expensive ones?
No, they're the still cheap ones.
Well, that's good. Maybe you can get them sometime down the road without breaking the bank or something.
It's when it comes to those, okay, that's a current fad that's going on. Pop figures are a current fad. People are saying that it's starting to die down, but I don't know if it is. But there are current pop figures that are, in my opinion, well overpriced for no reason. For example, we buy them in at work because we resell them. I work at essentially a pawn shop, if you guys don't know. We bought in some, and we bought them in bulk. So when we buy them in bulk, we just give a ballpark of, here, this is what we're giving you, and then we do the research later. On average, a lot of pops, Canadian, sell for about $20. And that is, I will say, 85% of them sell for about $20 Canadian on the used pop market. The ones I am talking about are for the movie Coraline. And that set has some stupid expensive ones. One of them being 180 Canadian.
What the heck? Is it made out of gold or something? What?
I don't know what's driving that price whatsoever. but it's crazy. It's $180 Canadian. And if you wanted to buy, we have the full set. And if you wanted to buy all of it, it's one, two, hold on. Two, it's probably close to $650 to buy the whole
US.
thing. Canadian.
Okay, okay.
You say okay, like it's gonna change much. It's still like fucking 400 or $500 US.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's still insane. Yeah, no.
like
Uh,
it's still an astronomical amount
yeah,
for, and there's one, two, three, four. I think there's six. So you're essentially paying like $100 a piece, for these pop figures. They're little plastic figures. People, don't get me wrong. I spend too much money on these, but I think I paid $15 for this. Like,
you should
like,
use your employee discount to get the Coraline ones, and then flip them on the eBays.
no, I don't do. I don't. So I'm a very honest person. Um, I would love to buy things from work and then turn around and flip them. Um, but I don't. Like, even a lot of these Magic cards that are behind me, like, technically still owned by my boss. I have just taken them home because I will sell them on my own time and we split profit. Kind of thing. I
Yeah, and
say, hey, I made this much, and he goes, okay, give me this much. Like, you know, but it's only when I'm selling his cards, right? Like, but it's one of those things. I'm a very honest person. I enjoy my job. I enjoy my boss. They're both, like, my manager and the owner are phenomenal people. I consider them more family than just work acquaintances.
sure.
So it's one of those things. I am a very honest person, and I don't want to
Endanger
burn
that
any bridges.
relationship. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
gotcha.
and I do that. I've done that with every workplace. There's only a couple places where I've worked that the person's been a real douchebag, um, that I've been like, "No, go fuck yourself." But I treat people how I want to be treated, right? So,
Yeah, I and I try to live by the same
um,
credo.
okay. So to talk about other toys that we haven't talked about, and it's, more or less, did you like? Let's talk about how much we got into them. So I've got a little, not like a list, but like a couple examples that we'll talk more. So our game tonight is going to make us dive a little bit more into that, but just a couple off the cuff here. So we've talked about Pogs, which Pogs were underrated, to be honest. They were great. It was fun. There were pieces of paper and plastic or metal slammers. Like, it
Yep.
was great. How much did you play with yo-yos?
I had a little bit of a yo-yo phase.
Okay.
Uh,
Um,
n- yeah.
it was, yeah. I enjoyed yo-yos. I think I have one somewhere. That's actually a pretty good yo-yo. Where it is, who knows? I've got too much shit everywhere. Anyways, um, but uh, do you remember, this is on the topic of yo-yos? Do you remember? I want to say they were called devil sticks.
Yes, I
Where
believe
so
so.
there was two different things. So there was just two sticks and this weird, um
Still,
thing that you would bat around and juggle it, essentially. And then there was
yeah,
two sticks connected via a string where you would catch this hourglass shaped thing,
yeah,
and like start spinning it and get it to like go up, and you could do weird yo-yo style tricks with it. um
yeah.
I remember both of those. Do you remember both of those? Did you
I
have any of them?
do. I had the one with the two sticks where you would make the thing go up and down, and you could do the little. I didn't have the ones with the little hourglass thing that you were talking about in the middle, but I
Yeah. So you just had two sticks and like another little I don't know what I don't. It might have been
like a
hourglass
little
shaped as well.
ball or
Um,
something.
yeah,
But
but
yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
batted it around and kind of learned how to juggle it with these two sticks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the one that I had.
Maybe it was a third stick. Was it a
Or
third stick?
I that sounds right, but we could be thinking of something totally different. But
It might have been a third stick because you went like this with it, and then you
yeah,
would like
mm-hmm.
it was a third stick or something, and you
Yeah,
you do this, and it would like start spinning up in the it was that's what it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
I never had one of them, but I've seen I had friends that had them. But no, mine was a I don't know. I don't know what it was called. It was cool though. It
Yeah.
was a stick, two sticks, and then there's a string on the end of each, not on the end, but like connecting the two sticks. Um,
Yeah.
and there was an hourglass thing with the small. It was like a yo-yo essentially. But you would balance that hourglass by doing it back and forth and getting it to spin up and down the so the spinning force centripetal.
Yeah, that's
No, maybe.
centrifugal
Yeah, anyways,
force.
it would
Yeah.
it would allow you to do stuff, but you could like when you pulled the string tight, you could get it to like jump up in the air and then you'd catch it again on the string. I love that thing. That thing was awesome. I probably played that with that for one whole fucking summer. I got pretty damn good at it. I kind of wish I could find another one. I probably could if I wanted to, but that thing was awesome. The Transformers. Did you play with Transformers at all?
I
I think we've
played
talked about it.
with Beast Wars more so.
Me too. I had
Um,
Megatron.
so so the traditional Transformers toys, meaning like Optimus and stuff, not so much. No,
The
but
Beast Wars stuff though.
I played with the
Yeah.
Beast Wars stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
I had the good old T-Rex of Megatron.
I had the Raptor. I had the Raptor.
Oh,
And
really? Okay.
I had the cheetah.
I had Rat Trap, but it was a McDonald's toy.
I think I had that one too. Yeah.
We've talked about Tamagotchis. What's the other? Tech decks. Did you ever get into tech decks?
I did actually. Yeah. Like
I did a little
I
bit. I always had one, but I never learned how to use it well.
same. No, I had one and I kind of got into it for a little bit, but I never could learn to do like a weird trick thing that people were doing. I wasn't that coordinated.
Okay, so
And
before
it's
we
not
move
a
on to
disability thing. I was just clumsy as hell. So
yeah, so before we move on to the next segment, which we'll be talking about stuff we did outside, um, uh, are there any toys and stuff that you know of now that you didn't have as a kid that you wish you would have?
oh, 100%. No, wait, hold on. Are you talking about toys that kids have now that I wish I had back then?
No.
Or
Toys that were back then that you have learned of as an adult and wish
oh,
you had them
okay.
when you were a kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yes. So I had the um the little, as much as I say I'm a Sega fan and I still say my heart belongs to the world of Sega, but I didn't know for the longest time that Sega had a light gun.
Oh,
Like the
they had a
big,
light gun?
yeah. So yeah, they had a light gun.
Obviously wasn't well advertised.
So it may have been because the game was called Lethal Enforcers that it
Okay.
came with, and it was I think it was like rated M for mature at the time. And being like, I know my parents knew that I know what, it's a game, it's not real. We always treat people with respect and kindness, all that good stuff, right? but they
Yep.
still
Yep.
didn't want me playing like a M-rated game at the age of like 5. Um, but I wish I had known about the light gun, cause I love light gun games, except for
Yeah.
the fucking stupid dog on Duck Hunt. Screw you, puppy, with your evil laugh, giggling at me while I miss my birds.
Um, I don't. I'm trying to think of anything from when I was a kid. Um, you know, I wish as a kid I had learned about Dungeons and Dragons earlier. I was an adult when I got into Dungeons and Dragons, and I kind of wish that I had found it out when I was a kid. Um, I would say through the 90s, kids weren't that informed, at least in my school and stuff, about it. Um, I would say Dungeons and Dragons, I wish I would have known earlier, for sure. That'd be mine.
That's a good one. I'm still looking to play Dungeons and Dragons with someone I've never played before.
I would love to. The problem is it's a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know, um, as you can tell, I like to do a lot of stuff, but I am learning that I can't overload myself. So as much as yes, I want to um do Dungeons and Dragons again, and I would love to because I own almost every book for fifth edition. Um, it's one of those things that I would need to figure out where to slot it in and not stress myself out about it.
Fair enough. So just kind of, yeah, I get you.
Because like to do Dungeons and Dragons, there's a lot of prep work, um,
Mm,
and then there's also a lot of uh like time to play because a single session can be 5-6 hours.
geez, Lou, dude. Yeah, that's true from what I've heard. That's kind of nuts.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, that's the one thing I wish I would have found out sooner. I wish like when I was in public school and high school, like I wish I would have known because at that point I would have had time. I would have known some friends that would have gotten into it with me and we would have had probably still been playing the game. Um like but anyways, okay. Next segment. How long have we been going by the way?
An hour. Doesn't feel
Okay,
like it
we got
though.
lots of time still. So the next segment we have is stuff that we did outside. Um, so I already talked about me doing scooter stuff. I also was a very um big skateboarder. I would say more so. My biggest one was skateboarding. I grew up on a lake, so I did a lot of outdoor stuff. Um, I had a point in my life in my youth where we were on a trampoline daily um, to the point that with my small group of friends that I had at that point in time, I held the record for most consecutive backflips on a trampoline. Um, and I think it was 18. Doing
Damn.
18 backflips in a row. Like literally
That's
it's
nuts.
backflip, 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 backflip. Like there's no like jump in between. It's just constant. Um we were doing essentially competitions um and we were spotting for each other, right? Like it's
Yeah.
a scary thing. So normally there was one person up on the trampoline with you, standing on the edge frame of the trampoline with no weight on the actual mat, and
Mm,
then one person on the ground, generally behind wherever you are, because doing a backflip, generally, if you fucked it up, you're going backwards. Um, so, um, luckily, no one got hurt. Luckily, no one got launched badly. So, but we definitely had close calls though. Um, but we got pretty damn good to the point that we stopped doing it on trampolines and started doing it off the cliffs that we jumped off of because we were very big cliff jumpers growing up on the lake. We had a perfect bunch of cliffs that were great for doing cliff jumping off of, and we got to the point where we started taking what we learned on a trampoline to the cliffs, um, and probably did some shit that we really shouldn't have been doing off a cliff. Um, to the point that we probably should have been on a dive team because we were doing some pretty crazy shit. Um, but Brockville and the area doesn't have a dive team. We have no dive team at all. We have swim teams, but we don't have dive teams, which is kind of a letdown. I wish we had a dive team because I probably would have been on it.
That sounds
Um,
like that would be fun though. Just diving and doing tricks off of a cliff
the
sounds like
problem
a
is so
ball.
to look at what we were doing off of cliffs and what people do off of solid platform diving, very different. Because they're setting up right on the edge, they're jumping, they're doing a bunch of twists and flips and whatever, and then landing and trying to make a really nice like no splash. We were doing the no splash thing because that's generally the way you want to land, to not hurt yourself in the water. But we weren't standing on the edge and then jumping and doing this shit. Like we were either running off the edge or, you know, standing backwards on the edge and then doing some backflips and stuff like that. Like it was just one of those things. Like I wish it's one of those things. If I went back in time, I'd probably still be doing it. There was there was an adrenaline to jumping off cliffs and doing shit like that. Like I was never one of the really crazy ones to do a lot of the like I could do like 360 backflips and stuff like that off the cliffs and stuff like that. But I wasn't the one doing like crazy Mick twists, like full like
Oh,
crazy shit. Um, but like I enjoyed myself, front flips and back flips and doing adding little spins and stuff like that. Super fun, but also dangerous. So if you do end up doing it, please be safe about it. We always had two swimmers in the water um, when anybody jumped. Um, we were very adamant about making sure people were doing things in a kind of safe environment. Generally, we always had a life jacket down at the bottom, so that if someone did get hurt, we can, keep them afloat and stuff like that. But thankfully, the only bad things that ever happened were sprained ankles from hitting the water just wrong and stuff like that.
well then y'all lucked out big time.
Oh, 100%. But what else do we have? So yeah, I
I,
talked about scooters. That. What did you do
um,
outside?
so
besides
outside,
besides do terrible decisions in a wheelchair and a pool.
uh, yeah. So, uh, uh, s- so they have these larger trike bikes. So it has the two wheels on the back, one on the front.
Right.
And my sister was a smaller person who's still a small person, she's 5'1" on a good day.
Okay.
Uh well, when we were kids, she I'm just giving y'all context. She would sit in a basket behind me,
Okay.
and when we lived on the military base, because it's fairly interconnected and most people, it's pretty safe for the most part, even if you're a complete stranger. If you're on a military base, you're essentially like family, because it's like a small town.
Right. Yeah.
At least that's how it used to be. I don't know how it is nowadays. I would hope that it would be
I'm,
similar,
I would
but I
I
would.
would think it's the same because
Um,
the thing is you like kids being out playing, someone's gonna look out the window and go, "Oh, that's I don't know, say I don't know what rank your dad
so
was,
and
but like,
so's kid,
oh,
yeah,
it's say Sergeant, Nano's kids, like
yeah,
that's what it what everyone would look out and go, oh, that's just the kids outside, we know them. Like
yeah,
everybody kind of knows everybody because you all work together essentially when you're on the base. So
yeah. And my dad would go with us when he was off work, and we would drive. uh, I say drive, ride my chair, ride the bike, from um, the house to the Burger King on base, or to
Oh, nice.
the little, they call it the shop at. So the shop at was like much like your smaller convenience store where you could pick up like Gatorade, milk,
Yeah.
beef
Yeah.
jerky. Yeah,
Just a quick stop.
yeah. And
Yeah.
they also rented VHSs and
Nice.
N64 games and PS1 games. So you
Yeah.
guys can tell how long ago this was. Um, so uh, we would drive to Burger King with the bike. We would ride. My dad would run alongside, and he would have my wheelchair because my wheelchair was light. I was a kid, so the wheelchair was easy for him to carry and just run alongside. And
Right.
we would go to Burger King, and then from Burger King, after we got full bellies, he was like, "Okay, it's time to work it off. Let's go to the shop at," and then we would rent a movie. We would rent like Operation Dumbo Drop with Danny Glover, and
Good choice.
oh, and I bought it for $9.99 after it was getting rotated out. Um, with my allowance, I worked hard for it. And so um, we would just I would ride my bike and I would do circles and laps around the neighborhood. My little sister, being a lazy butt, would sit in the back, just get a ride. She would be laughing her head off, having the breeze in her hair.
You say she's lazy. What's she gonna do? Get on her own bike and just ride around?
I know. Let me have this, okay? Um,
If you don't know, Nano's sister is blind. So um it's one of those things. She can't just get on her own bike and ride
right,
around.
yeah.
Um
And I'm only joking, guys. Um,
but here's the thing. It was nice of you to have
yeah.
fun with your sister as well, right? Like it's moments like that that um
Family
at the time
bonding.
you might have, yeah, at the time you're like, oh, I wish I didn't have to have her in the basket in the back. But at the same time, now you're like, you know what? It was kind of fun. We were both laughing, having a good time, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My question is, was your bike, uh, like it was a lean back, like you would lean back and still pedal with your feet, or was it a hand one?
It was with my feet.
Okay. Okay.
But
Because I
so
know they make both of those.
you know how
Um,
when people like stand up to get more leverage when they're pedaling?
yes.
That's
Yes.
what so I had the ones with the toe clips where you clip your toes to the pedals
Yep.
so you
Yep.
don't get, so you have better grip and traction. So what I would
Yep.
do is I would kind of stand and lean forward to pedal,
Okay.
so it would work as like even more so of a therapy tool to strengthen my legs and my back muscles a little bit more so. So I
And
would
you don't have this
practice.
bike anymore?
I so the bike was it was a bit on the small side. Um,
Gotcha.
it got
So okay,
smaller
let me
and it
rephrase that. You
was
haven't bought a bike for your stature now.
I I should, but unfortunately, inflation, they're quite expensive. They're like, from last I
You
saw, they were
your health insurance or whatever wouldn't help with that?
honestly maybe.
Yeah.
That's I just haven't thought about it in so long, just because it's been.
It's one of those things. You can't. It's fucking winter here, and there's so much snow outside, so it's not something that's gonna get done right now. But behind this lovely wall that's back here, as you see when my hand shows a shadow, um, my bike is right on the other side of it, and I've had it for 2 years, and I think I've rode it that many times.
Oh, and and
um,
and for one, I wore the. Speaking of asses, I wore the seat out, and
mhm.
my I hate to sound like a sensitive gentleman, but man, with my tailbone being as, shall I say, delicate as it is, man, it'd be rough riding on one of those seats again. I'll tell
Well,
you
you
that.
get the thing from South Park where it goes in your mouth and then it goes up your. Do you remember that thing?
uh, oh man.
um, yeah, well, biking was a big thing
Uh,
for me as a kid too. Growing up on the lake, you rode your bike everywhere. But I went through bikes uh, fairly regularly. I would almost say I probably went through 2 bikes a summer. Um, like I was rough on bikes, both because I was doing stupid shit that I shouldn't have been doing on a bike, like jumping it into the lake with a pool noodle taped to it so that it would float. But also, the one dirt road that we always took has big potholes. And as a kid, or as an adult, you avoid potholes. As a kid, you hit the potholes and hope you get
yeah,
air on the other side.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
um, so I have folded rims in half riding once, not on purpose. Um, that hurt a lot. Uh, but building jumps and hitting
Mm.
all that kind of stuff. So yeah, bikes for me were huge as well. Um, one of the other things that it suggests on this structure that we have on here is water balloon wars. I can say as a kid, I didn't have a lot of them. Um, Generally because I was in the lake. Why would I have water balloons? But also, I've had more water balloon fights since I've had kids because I live in town, not on the water. So we have to find ways of getting wet.
Fair enough. I had Super Soaker Wars.
I
Uh,
even that, like we had super soakers, but I can't think of us having big wars or anything with them as a kid.
no, I mean, I don't know if you would consider it really a war. It was just me and like two other buddies, maybe three or four if we were feeling
That's a war.
fancy.
It's a war.
Okay,
You're you're still fighting. Still
fair
water
enough.
fight.
All right, fair enough then.
But that's what I mean. Like I don't because I lived on the lake. I didn't do stuff like that because we just go and do diving competitions or something like that because the lake was right there. Like, what's the point of filling a water gun up with water when we have a whole body of water to jump into?
Right, like, yeah, that's more of a city kid question, I think.
It really is. Now that I live in a small city, like it's definitely one of those things. Like we every year we have multiple water balloon fights. We buy they make like a biodegradable water balloon now, um, and my backyard is usually covered in them.
Nice.
So, um, what else? On that note, okay, so do you what's the worst injury you've gotten by having outdoor fun? And what were you doing?
So I was playing catch with my grandpa. We were tossing the football, and he was more athletic than I recall. And
Okay.
he sent a spiral perfectly in my chest.
Oh,
Like
I would, okay.
just nailed me right in the chest. And since I was sitting in a lawn chair, just like kind of gingerly lobbing it,
Yep.
I
Sent you
I
backwards.
sent me backwards. I had a pretty good scrape on the underside of my elbow, and then
Yeah.
I ripped like the skin on the side of my arm and under my elbow clean off. Um,
Jesus.
this doesn't count because they were building their house, right? They were building their house, so we were out and they were had their double wide trailer parked on the side
Yeah.
of the property, and there was a bunch of jagged pavement and rocks where we were seated, so that's why, because it was all jagged and uneven. And so
Ah, okay.
when I did that whole maneuver to kind of, block my arm to make sure I didn't get my, my moneymaker. We wanted to keep the face,
Yeah, yeah,
you know. Uh,
yeah.
I that's why my arm got so effed up. But the worst injury that I had having fun, uh, that wasn't really like sports related, if you will, although catch
Right.
isn't sports related, but uh, I was rolling down a ramp and I was using a borrowed wheelchair that I wasn't familiar with. It was a loaner
Okay.
chair while my new one was getting made, and I underestimated the speed and the handling of it, and I ended up it wasn't like a full degloving, but it was like one or two strips away of being a degloving
Oh wow.
of my thumb,
Ugh.
because I so what I did was I was I know how to handle a wheelchair, at least I'd like to think. And I I jammed I gripped my hand as tight as I could underneath, the floor, and then grip
Yep.
and squeezed as hard as I could, but
Yep. Yep.
I caught my thumb wrong. So, like, you know how like I was always pissed when we were talking about Drake's character in Degrassi, how
Okay.
when he pushed his wheelchair, he would always turn his thumb in. And I was like, that's not how you fucking push a chair, you dumbass. You're gonna ruin your thumbs. Sorry. Fuck you, Drake. Um uh but
Just mad because he's Canadian.
I'm jealous he's Canadian. Okay. Um but so I caught my thumb and my thumb turned in. And so when my thumb turned in, the wheel was still speeding down the ramp. And that's what caught it.
Oh.
And then when I went to pull my hand, it was on so I was in school and they used old trailers for extra classrooms because
Yep.
this is an
Yeah.
agriculture
Portables is what we called them.
yes, portables. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we called them that too. And I tried to grab the railing on the side. The wood had splinters in it, so I had splinters in my hand.
Oh God! Stop it! You're
And
making it
then
worse. Oh my
and then
gosh.
so I took my hand off, obviously, and then by the time I took my hand to try to slow it down, that's when my hand got kinked, my thumb got kinked in, and that's why my almost the entire skin of my thumb got ripped off.
Ugh.
Not a sports injury, but that was one of the worst injuries I've ever had.
That's a wheelchair injury. Like that's it's still
Uh,
no. Okay.
it hurt.
I don't I don't have anything like that. I honestly didn't even really do any bad bone stuff until I was actually an adult. And it was still wasn't bad. It hurt, but it wasn't bad. But like okay, so two two injuries I can think of that hurt a lot as a kid. One was me and my brother. You playing catch with a football reminded me, and I remembered it anyways. But me and my brother we played a lot of baseball, like we were in like the kids baseball league kind of thing when we were young. Um, so my older brother is 5 years older than me,
Hmm.
and we were outside and he asked if I could toss the ball for him so he could do some batting practice. So our side yard had um, a very large section, enough that we could probably do a small like game of baseball if we really wanted to, but it didn't have um, the length to it. So because behind my childhood house there was a boat storage for the one of the local marinas down the road. So there was a big tin shed where they stored boats, and we always used that as kind of like the like stands for like home runs kind of thing. So where we were doing it so he could hit over into the empty boatyard because it was the middle of summer. So we knew there was no boats over there that he could hit and hurt. So I was tossing, we had a small, we had like 10 or 12 balls or whatever. And I was tossing the ball for him so he could hit it. And well, one of those came off as a line drive and hit me square in the hip, just straight like. And it's weird, so when something like that happens, I don't know if everyone got it, but life slowed down while it was coming at me. Like, it straight up like felt like a cartoon, like, you know, that moment where you just see it coming straight at you and there's nothing you can do about it. And then it clobbered me, right? Like, it didn't break my nose, surprisingly, because maybe I think I kind of like flinched or something. It knocked me out. Like, I wasn't out long, but it tunked me hard because it wasn't a regular hardball baseball, it wasn't like MLB. It was a softball, the bigger yellow ones.
That's
Um,
probably what saved your ass, honestly.
well, they're still hard. I think
Sure.
they're harder than a softball, like
Okay,
or like
okay.
a like they're called softballs, but they are rock solid. But
Yeah.
he nailed line drive me. He's 5 years older than me. I was probably 9 or 10 at that point in time.
Mm.
So we're talking about like a 15-year-old approximately hitting a line drive who was trying to hit it out of the park. Like, so that one hurt. And then the other one was so I lived on a hill. Um, the hill went all the way down and into the water. I had a pair of roller hockey skates, so they were actually Bauer's, like Bauer ice skates that had rollerblade bottoms on them. I think I honestly still own them. I think they're upstairs somewhere. Um, but I had those, and I put them on one day to. I was going down to. There was a restaurant at the bottom of the hill, and I was going down, I think, to go and grab like a couple cans of soda or something like that, with my brother who was riding his bike. Um, and I was bombing the hill on rollerblades, which I can tell you right now, this hill, yeah, it's kind of steep for someone bombing. On a bike, it's fine. Like, you can get a really good speed, but on a bike, you're honestly more stable than on your own 2 feet. Anyways, I hit a rock um, on rollerblades, and it caused me to go down. And of course, I'm not wearing knee pads because I think I was 14 at this
Oh.
time, and I was wearing shorts. And so
Oh.
so the hill goes down from my house,
Mm.
and then there's like a little bit of a flatten out because there's a road that goes so it goes down like this from my house, and then there's a road that goes this way, um, and then it kind of steepens a little bit more down and onto the flat where the restaurant is, and there's a boat ramp and stuff. So right where that little bit of a flat spot before it steepens again is where I hit the rock, because that other road is a dirt road.
Mm-hmm.
um, and I hit the rock and slid pretty much that entire flat and started sliding a little bit more, to the point that I roughed up my knees pretty good, but I slid mainly on one side of my knee. I had a spot probably this big of just pure road rash. Um, and it sucked.
Ooh.
Like, I remember limping my way up the hill back up to home. Um, and my mom putting peroxide and stuff on it to get the rocks and stuff out of it and everything. And it sucked. It was like, because she peroxide it and then she put some rubbing alcohol on it and then put a bandage on it. The rubbing alcohol was the worst. The peroxide, I was like, oh, this hurts, it's foaming to get all the rock and dirt and gross stuff out of it. And then she put the rubbing alcohol on it to make sure it was sanitized before putting a bandage on it. um, and I can tell you right now, if there was ever a time that a kid wanted to slap his mom, it was one of those moments. I love my mom to death, to death, but it was one. I remember it, like she went, and I went, no. But those, as a kid, those were probably, like, I'd sprained my ankles a bunch and did all that kind of stuff, but those were probably the worst ones I had. And then as an adult, I hurt my elbows skateboarding. Um, Stupidly, I was at the skate park, and I roll down a roll in, go over the first box in a manual, but I did not set the manual down in time, and the downward ramp kind of made me shoot my board out. Well, my momentum was still going forward, so I'm doing like that running, like trying to get my balance kind of thing. Well, there's another box and another ramp right in front of me. So I put my arms out to catch myself while I locked my elbows when I tried to catch myself. So in your elbow, there's like a ball and socket of two bones. There's a radial head and then your other bone. Well, when I locked elbows,
you don't have
they
those
lock,
anymore. They're
and
gone.
it punched. So I cracked the radial head, this part, the socket. I cracked it a little bit, and I did it with both elbows at the same time.
Oh my gosh, dude! My condolences to your elbows.
But it was, I did that in August of 2014, and my son was born October of 2014. So I was more worried that I would not be able to hold my firstborn kid because my arms would be in casts, potentially. That thankfully they were not as bad because I had cracked it and not fractured it. I was able to only wear a half cast, so I could actually take, once my arm had stopped, the swelling had gone down. So one arm I didn't get anything on. They just said sling it and don't do a lot of stuff with it. The other one, they gave me a half cast that once my swelling and stuff had gone down, they had said to take my arm out of, stretch, but put my arm back in it when I'm not stretching it. And do that for 2 weeks kind of thing. But that is my worst injury ever.
I have that reminded me of a Revenge of Goldar story.
Oh no. Goldar strikes again.
So my dad was aka Goldar, Papa Maximus, Papa Goblin.
Yeah.
Like lifted me up and was about to slam me on the couch like he does many a time because it's fun.
And he dropped you before you got to the couch.
Exactly. So you know how
how did I know that was coming?
So you know how most couches have like fairly thick padding before you find the wood frame?
Yep.
The couch was cheap. It did not have very thick padding before you find the wood frame. You have fabric and then you find the wood frame. So he missed by that much, and then my back because my dad was ready, because he slams me with pretty good force, because I'm supposed to land on cushion, pillow,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
stuff. Except he slammed me with really good force without cushion, without pillow.
Oh gosh.
And I
Uh,
just remember like my lumbar hitting the wood so hard and the wind. You would imagine a little 9-year-old, the wind getting knocked out of you.
and you just going.
And yeah, pretty much. That was the first time I had the wind knocked out of me. Um,
Mhm.
I've had a few other stories, but that's for another day. Um, where the wind was knocked out
I
of me.
hate I
But
hate the wind getting knocked out of you.
yeah, that's the worst. But
You know what's even worse than that? Having the wind knocked out of you when you're going into the water. Um, I have backflopped so hard once, not jumping off cliffs, but just jumping off a dock. I backflopped so hard it knocked the wind out of me. And when you're going underwater,
you need the
not
wind in you.
recommended.
Yeah.
So I remember coming out, just like coming out of that water and just going, like just trying to
Yeah.
get that breath in. Like, oh my God. Like, okay. So there were other talking points, but we've talked quite a bit. So let's move on to our game. Today's game is going to be keep it, burn it, or bring it back. We're going to talk about all these fads kind of that we've talked about. And we're gonna say whether we keep it, which means we still love it, still think it's a great thing. Burn it, which is let it die forever, doesn't need to come back. And bring it back. Some of these are things that were small fads that have disappeared and are not a thing anymore. So we want to bring them back. So okay, so we each have different lists. Hopefully there's not overlapping items because my list is quite a bit. Um, so hopefully there's not overlapping things. So I'll start and ask you, and I know the answer to this one, Pogs.
Uh personally, as much as I love Pogs,
I mailed you Pogs.
I yeah, and I love it. Those are amazing, and I love them, and thank you. I, I'm gonna say leave it where they are
Oh really?
because
So keep it as it is. You still love it, but it just it doesn't need to come back.
right because
Okay.
it was for me Pogs. One of the reasons I still love Pogs is because we played with Pogs growing up, right? And
Yeah.
it's for me it's a nostalgia time capsule that it's
Right.
just like I love it. I enjoy it for what it was. I have those nostalgia goggles, but if they bring it back, I'd be like, okay, all right, cool.
I,
But
I can agree with that. I think if they did bring it back, I don't think it would be. I don't think it would catch on at all. Um,
no,
when it comes to physical collecting of things, like eh, us, unless it's Pokemon right now, it's not. It doesn't seem to be something too crazy.
no.
So I agree. Keep it right where it is. It was great when it was a big thing, but now that it's just kind of a nostalgia thing, stays there. All right, what's your first one on your list there?
So the thing that it says for me, the snack that became currency.
So, a big one for my school was fruit roll-ups. Um, like I'm pretty sure I traded. a fruit roll up for Pokemon cards at one
That's a solid up trade, man.
point. Uh, no, they're still around. Keep it right where they are. Uh, Trading lunch stuff. If it's lunch stuff for lunch stuff, sure. But there's it's yeah, it's not anything relevant.
Oh, hold on. I think I know why it did. Okay. That's
Did you
why.
open the wrong one? I only sent you one. Did
Dude,
you open the wrong thing?
wait a minute. I almost sounded like the wait a minute kazoo kid. Wait a minute. Who are you? 1 second.
Hold on. I can open your list. What list did I send you?
Oh.
Oh no, that's not the number one. What are you talking about?
Hold on. Let me copy the list now. I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, there we go. I was looking at the outline.
Oh. Oh, I see. It does say that. What was okay? Just on that topic, what was the currency in your school?
Dunkaroos.
Oh, I always forget about Dunkaroos. Those were probably a big trade thing too. Dunkaroos, fruit roll-ups, Gushers.
The the pizza lunchable.
Oh yeah,
The pizza lunchable. Yeah.
everyone wanted the pizza one, but ended up with crackers and cheese and stuff.
Oh boy. Those
All
were
right, I
the
can see
yeah.
what your first one is. You just say it.
Uh what? Um See what my first one is for what now?
For this list.
I have to
You
oh
struggling
the
today?
no,
The
I'm
game.
trying to copy the game, but I'm trying to do it without blocking your handsome mug. All right, there we
Oh,
go. I got it. I had to block your mug. Now I can do it. All right.
it's fine. It's fine.
You you call me on the struggle bus, and I call you handsome. All right. All right. So
I'll get off the short one. So,
golly. Okay. Here we go. Let me. There we are. And there we are. So my first one says skip it ankle ball toy. Well, I
yeah. Do you
mean,
remember that thing?
yes, but I mean, I used it. You know how I played with it? I put it around my forearm.
How do you jump over it?
I didn't. I just spun it.
Oh, okay. um, I I never played with one very much. I definitely I think probably had one or a buddy did. We played with them a little bit, but keep them right where they are. It wasn't a terrible toy. It's not like burn it. It's definitely a keep it right where it is. They were fun. I think they still make them. Um,
To an
but they
ex,
light
yeah,
up. They light up way better than they did back in the 90s.
yeah, with the plastic dim glow.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, they were fun, but yeah, I wouldn't yeah. So this next one for you is it's kind of back
Um,
already.
yep.
It's Tamagotchi.
I would definitely say bring it back, and yes, because partially because it's back. I respect how they're utilizing the new technology to bring it forward, but they're also they're not overdoing it to where it takes
They're not
away from the
changing it.
spirit.
Like it's
Yeah.
still a little pixel screen. Like it
Yeah.
has there's extra things you can do now. rather than
Right.
just feed it and clean up its poop. Um,
Yeah, that's where I was.
but
That's where I was leaning into. Like they've
yeah,
updated it while paying respect to it.
yeah, yeah. I think they're doing it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is back. Um, Not to the extent that it was back in the 90s.
Oh no.
I don't think there was many kids that didn't have one back in the day.
Everybody and their fucking grandma had one.
I my first one was a T-Rex.
Oh,
It
nice.
was an orange official Tamagotchi. But it was a little T-Rex.
Nice. Mine was a black and orange one, and it was like a
Maybe it
duck,
was mine.
and it was like a duck or something.
Maybe mine was the official Jurassic Park Tamagotchi.
Yo, that's
Like it was
dope.
actually Tamagotchi branded, but it might have been the Jurassic Park one because they had a line of them, and you could have. I think they had a T Rex, a Triceratops, and a Raptor.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe that's what mine was. It was orange though, so
That's cool.
but I remember. And then I had my Digivice.
Oh yeah. I had I got Greymon.
I think that's who. Maybe I had Garurumon.
Oh,
I don't
that's
remember.
cool.
It was one of the main two. So, anyways, yeah, I'm a bring it back. I agree with you. I think that's a good one to bring back. All right, what's number two for you?
Crazy Bones
For
slash
me.
Go Go's.
I think it's the same thing as the Pogs. I think it's a keep it. I don't think they'd catch on um too much right now.
Yep.
Even though I love them so much. So good. If I could find Crazy Bones right now, I would probably buy them. Um, but yeah, I, 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 it falls right into that same thing you said with Pogs. Like it's a nostalgia thing, and that's why I would buy them. I would buy them for the nostalgia reason of having them. Same reason you have the Pogs I sent you.
Yeah, you were
Like
like, "Hey, you want to buy some poly?" I was like, "Yeah, huh?"
I don't even know if I charged you for them, did I?
I
I think I
oh,
sent them
oh yeah, it was for
uh
it was with the Nintendo 64.
yeah,
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 you're like, "Hey, I had some Pogs. You want them?" I was like, "Uh-huh." So,
yeah.
thanks
There was a
again, man.
binder with a bunch in it, and then there
Oh
was
yeah.
like just a bag of them. Anyways, yeah, that's right. Do you agree with that? Like same as the Pogs?
100%. Yeah, because I don't think it would have as much impact as it did uh, back
No,
then.
no. All right. My next one is yo-yos, and specifically like the pro level ones, the cool like forever spinning like
Burn it.
yo-yos. You can
Burn it.
burn it. You don't like the pro style yo-yos?
The only thing I could ever do with my yo-yo is what I like to call the dead dog. I could never get it to fucking come back up. Fall to the side?
I
Uh,
I don't agree with that.
no, that's
I
fair.
understand where you're coming from,
No, I
but
mean, honestly, legitimately, honestly, like, for me personally, bring it back. But in terms of, like, 90s
yeah,
millennials nostalgia kids, bring it back because though they do
yeah.
look cool, they look dope as heck.
And like I said, I have one somewhere. I'm sure my kid has it. To be honest, he's probably lost it or broke the string or something. Um, but yeah, I I don't know. Yeah,
Burn it for me, but bring it back for everybody else.
yeah. All right, what we've got a big list, so let's
Kush,
try and just
Kush
power
balls,
through some of these.
Kush balls,
Sorry,
Kush balls.
koosh ball. Oh,
The
koosh ball.
balls with the little.
With all the hair on them. Is that what
Yeah,
they had? All
yeah.
the
The little
burn them.
rubbery, the little rubbery. Yeah, I agree.
No, burn them.
They, yeah, but 100% agree. I was never.
Um, You go. Sorry, go.
I was never a huge fan of them.
No. They were like they're a fidget toy. That's all they were. They were a sensory fidget toy. It was
Mhm.
like, oh, cool hair, and then you'd play with it, and you'd be like, ah, fuck this, throw it away.
Yep.
So, okay, my next one is Beyblade battles.
They kind of already are bringing them back, I thought.
Yeah, I think it's a flop though.
I think that they honestly needed to leave it. And my reasoning behind it is because once again it was one of those times where it was encapsulative of that time,
Yeah.
and it feels out of place to try to bring it back.
Yeah. Um, I think it's a fun thing if you're buying it for your kid, just for your kid to be able to like have some Beyblade battles with you or something like that. But they tried to make Beyblades like a very competitive thing as of lately. And it's not, no, not a thing.
So are we in agreement for you to are you leave it as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it for that for sure. Yeah.
And so the next one, stretchy toys
Yeah.
such as Stretch Armstrong.
And bring it back. Those are fun. Like they're cool. They can get messy, if they break, but they were fun. They were cool. They were like it's an interesting little toy. There are currently still Stretch Armstrongs out there, original that still stretch.
What in the world? What? That's
Yeah,
crazy, dude.
yeah, yeah. My next one is Pokemon trading card.
Burn
It's
it.
still here. It doesn't matter.
Burn it. And I'm being 100% genuine this time. Burn it because
I
and
it has become such a crazy fucking thing that I'm over it.
and the reason I say burn it is because it's not fair to the kids of today. Because there are so many people our age or Gen Z or what have you that are purely buying it to scalp them. To
Oh,
not
100%.
and
The scalping has become absurd.
and it doesn't allow as easily like us. We took our lunch money, we traded with our friends, we traded, a half-eaten box of crowns or whatever it was to get our Charmanders or our Shelders or whatever.
Yeah.
And now
I
kids
I
don't have that opportunity as nearly as
no.
easily.
Like and the problem is that even some card shops or someone was in like an EB Games slash GameStop, um and the prices on their boxes were double what they were supposed to be. And this was a retailer, like just a straight retailer, like they're buying them from the Pokemon company, and then their MSRP that they're supposed to be selling them for is say $225 for a collector box or something like that. They're selling them for $400.
That's flipping nuts, dude.
Like it's one of those things. I literally I saw like 3 or 4 videos on social media about it. People are out of their minds. Like companies are taking advantage of people by upping these prices so crazily, um, because one set will have one amazing pull for whatever reason. Um, you know, like and it's not just Pokemon that's doing it. Magic the Gathering has gotten
One
out of hand
Piece,
as well.
One Piece as well to an extent.
Hmm.
I mean, if it's a
It's it
trading card collectible, they'll all do it at some point.
yeah. Um yeah. Yeah. I'm at a point where they need to slow it down is what they need to do. They need to make it enjoyable again, and they can't. It's lost at this point.
But that's the only reason I say burn it, uh,
Oh, 100%.
because it's not fair to the
Because
kids.
it as bad as it is, the general populace that enjoy doing it because they enjoy doing it are not the problem. It's the people that are trying to make a quick buck
Right.
that have ruined it for
Absolutely.
everybody else.
Absolutely.
What's the next one you got?
Sorry, I got just talking about the scalper gets my blood boiling. Um,
Yeah.
sorry. Action. Oh yeah, action figure. Fiction wars like who's stronger debate. Like, could Godzilla beat up Goku or something?
Oh, bring it back. There needs
Hell
to be
yeah!
more debate about shit like that. Like one of those what is it? Big Bang Theory. There's a moment where they're in the Cheesecake Factory and they've got like the salt shaker and like other things on on the table and they're like, yeah, Shiva and Ganesh go against, you know, Godzilla and Superman, and they're like, there's not a chance they win that. Like, you're like, well, no, they have this. Like, that needs to come back. Like the
I
sheer
love
debate
that
of who
stuff. Yeah.
wins what, like 100%, bring it back.
Yeah. I, we're in agreement 100%. I think we've
So
all
my next
agreed
one,
pretty much.
oh yeah. So my next one, we've already talked about it because it's Digimon Virtual Pets, which is just Tamagotchi again. So I'm gonna skip that one and go to the next one, Tech Decks.
I think they still have it to
It's still a thing, but it's
something,
not. I don't think it's anywhere near what it used to be.
but I say keep it where it was. It
Yeah,
was a
agreed.
novelty for the time, but it's not. Yeah, just keep it where it was.
All right, what's your next one?
So the next one, Dragon Ball Z trading cards.
I never got into them, so bring it back. Dragon Ball Z is awesome, and I don't remember them having trading cards. So yeah, bring them back.
I didn't know they
As
had
long as
them
you bring them
either.
back
So
properly. Um, just bring them back in the sense like, hey, here's a new set, not hey, here's a collectible set, and there's only one of this fucking card because that'll drive the scalpers nuts.
which is probably what would happen nowadays.
Yeah. My next one, Bionicle.
Bring it back, baby. Bionicles were the shit. I loved Bionicles so much. Oh my god, they're so cool. Whatever, dude.
I mean, whatever. Um, I never got into them, so
They're
uh,
so good, dude. You're
I'm.
gonna we. I don't know how, but you're gonna come over to my house and we're gonna play with some.
You have some?
Yeah, I still have some.
Okay,
They're
okay.
probably missing like some stuff,
So
but
okay. This is gonna slow us down a little bit. What was the like? What were they? I understand they're like robot ninja things, but um, what
so
are they like Lego or?
yeah, they are Lego. No, yeah, they're part of the Lego brand. Um,
Oh,
they were more aimed at like teens and dare I say young adults, but more so teens. Uh, and the
are they kind
lore
of that
was
like?
leaning more mature.
So are they kind of like a transition from going from building Lego to say building Gunpla?
Kind of, yes. I'd say they're a good in between for Gunpla
Okay.
in a lot of
All right.
ways. Yeah, that's a perfect example, honestly.
Like I know I kind of know what they are, but I didn't know they were part of Lego brand to be honest.
Yeah, they
But
are.
makes sense.
And they're fucking awesome. I want them. We need to bring it back. We need to
Oh.
start a Kickstarter. Let's stop the podcast. Um,
They might still make them. I don't know.
bruh.
I haven't heard about them in years though.
No, they unfortunately they don't. And the day they bring them back, if they do, I'll be like, here, just take my wallet and I'll leave my wheelchair if you need it. Like, just give me all of them. Um, okay, sorry, sidetrack there. Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card by Waves.
Burn it.
Agreed.
Um, Yu-Gi-Oh is a great game. But it falls into the same thing as Pokemon Burn It. It was one of those ones. It never did as well. I don't. It's a good game, but don't get me wrong. It's no Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is, in my opinion, when it comes to battling, is a perfect monster. I don't like some of Magic's late, like new rules or anything, but original Magic the Gathering's rule set was perfect. Okay, Nerf wars in the neighborhood.
Leave it, and I'll tell you why. Because my work the place that I worked at in 2016, we were working in a IT call center for large companies, and they thought they were trying to be hip and cool with the open floor concept. People would shoot Nerf darts when you're in the middle of talking to clients with multi-million-dollar accounts and stuff, and they're just pelting you with Nerf darts. I'm like, bro, I'm on the phone. Stop it. So honestly, leave it.
I agree. I think what if specifically children wise, I would like to see kids outside playing more. My two kids are prime examples. They play inside in VR or whatever, but they do need to go outside more. If there's fresh snow outside. Don't get me wrong; it's bloody cold these last couple days, but there is fresh snow outside, and there is not a footprint in it all winter in my backyard. My kids, they go to their grandma's and they go outside and toboggan and stuff because there's hills and stuff there, but they have not built a snowman outside here. They have not even went and made a snow angel. They haven't done anything. They need to go outside.
That's sad, man. You need a snow angel.
But don't get me wrong. I said, they go to grandma's, and at grandma's they play outside and stuff like that because grandma has stuff to do outside, like hills and stuff like that.
Sure.
But I can't. There are 5 or 6 foot snowbanks on the edge of my driveway that don't have little like cutouts in them for making a snowball throwing fort kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I got
it blows my mind. But I would like to see like Orbeez fights. Nerf gun fights suck because you have to pick up all your darts. Specifically if you're playing outside and playing with neighbors and stuff like that. We have plenty of Nerf guns in my house, but the guns stay in the house. The fights stay in the house. Like when my buddy Jason comes over with his son Hunter, a Nerf fight is generally happens at some time that night.
Nice, dude.
So, and generally it's Jason and I versus the kids.
Sure.
So it's one of those things. Like I say keep it right where it is because you can have fun with it out inside, but as an outside thing, Nerf fights outside. So many lost darts. No.
Yeah, fair.
If you're gonna do something, do Orbeez or something like that don't need to be picked up and biodegrade and wash away.
Fair enough.
Kind of thing. Yeah. What do you got next?
So Hot Wheels track building phase.
Keep it where it is. It doesn't need to come back.
Agreed. I think it's kind of self-explanatory as well.
Yeah. So my next one still falls into that really cool thing, super soaker battles, and or water balloon battles, because that's literally my 2 points side by side. Yeah. So super soaker battles and water balloon wars.
I'd say bring it back because it's fun. Water is literally part of nature, so you're not going to be harming the environment in any way. It's a good, fun activity to do outside with friends. Bring it back, man. Bring it back.
Yeah, I think what they need to do though, so they still sell super soakers or water guns and stuff like that. What they need to do is start selling them with like goggles.
Oh yeah.
Because that was always my complaint when anytime I was in any kind of water gun fight is I'd get shot in the eye and it would sting and I'd be annoyed and I'd stop playing.
Yeah, yeah.
You put a pair of goggles on me, I'll go all day.
Fair enough. Or maybe some like earplugs as well, because I used to get nailed in the ear, man, and it would drive
Mm.
me nuts, dude.
Yeah, just something, right? To just
Yeah,
make it so that like there's not the obvious injury that's gonna happen, you
yeah,
know? That and then otherwise have at it.
yep, agreed. So bring it back, baby.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. All right, what do you got next?
So it actually did similar to yours. Water gun with homemade mods.
Burn it.
I
Why?
don't. I
Why are
yeah.
you homemade modding like water guns? Just buy the water gun and shoot each other.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
and
that
right now you can buy some really cool water guns that are like electric and they actually shoot really like accurately. Like they're $200 guns, but they're still and all you have to do is like dip the nozzle of it and hold the refill button and it fills itself back up. Like those things are fucking awesome. But
So
just
what's
buy one
my
of those.
next
Don't
one?
mod your own. Yeah, what's your one after? What's your one after that?
Squirt guns, ambushes at the park. We've already kind of
Yeah.
broached that one.
Okay.
Capture the flag weeks.
Um like I think bring it back and when I say bring it back for capture the flag, I mean like the playground game. Like the kids need to to play, you know, more games like that. Like capture the flag uh or tag or stuff like that. Like things that you would play on a playground. Um or like the floor's lava kind of stuff. Like I remember as a kid, they need first of all, they need to bring back the big playgrounds. Why do we have these wimpy little pussy ass metal shitty playgrounds? Give us the big wooden structures back. Like my playground when I was at
Mm.
school was huge. It was four separate corners, like wood towers, essentially, with like bridges or like a moving tunnel. Like it was awesome. But they took it away because it was quote unquote unsafe. Screw that. I don't remember that many people that got hurt on that thing. That thing was phenomenal. Like it had rope swings, it had everything. Like, why? Bring that back. But yes, capture the flag was something we played. Tag or well, like freeze tag or what was the other one we played? Marco Polo was something we played on it. You know, like bring that stuff back for sure. Bring it back.
Agreed.
Um, slip and slides.
Dude. Dude, bring it back, man. Like I was a chunky kid and with enough dish soap and
And a good hill, you were gone.
I was basically I turned into a majestic manatee, dude. I was like I was out of there. Exactly. How'd you know what I sounded like? I thought I deleted those. It was
um,
good
all
stuff,
right.
man. Yep.
This list is pretty long.
You want to just
Let me
skip
just
down a
look at my
few?
list. I'm just gonna look at stuff here. Street hockey. I'm just gonna name off a bunch from my list, and then you can name off a bunch from your list, and then we'll call
Okay.
it. Street hockey.
Yes, bring it back.
100%. I would love for the kids in my neighborhood that there's a lot of them to start playing street hockey. Uh, I would buy a net for them to play street hockey. Like I think it'd be phenomenal to see a big street hockey game. I'd probably play with them. There's a couple kids down the street that are actually hockey players, so they'd fucking own the shit out of me. But it'd be fun. Hacky sack.
Leave it. I
Really? I'd bring it back. I have 2 hacky sacks. They're upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I fucking love hacky sack.
That's fair, and I respect that. But for me, it's a leave it. Just personally, because I don't have an attachment to it. Like I could have tossed it up and down with my hands and like caught it, but for me, I don't have. So I just don't have the attachment to it. So that's where I differ on that. So that's why I just say leave it.
Laser pointers being magic. So in that sense, I think they mean, you remember when you could buy a laser pointer and there'd be different caps you could screw onto it and it would come up with like a happy face.
And you can blind your friends. Yes, like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bring it back, baby. Mainly because they were just fun. They were just fun to drive your cat nuts with.
I loved it. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero Rock Band.
Bring that shit back. Although it never really left with like Rocksmith and with the.
It's evolved to being actual guitars. For sure. But Clone Hero is a big one. People still play a lot of Clone Hero. I would like to see a new Rock Band game, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd play the shit out of that.
I enjoyed those games in the fact that there was a journey that you had to go on. And you started at small little venues playing cover songs and whatever, and eventually you got onto big full sets and stuff like that. Like you actually had to earn money to buy your new guitars and stuff like that. I enjoyed those for sure. What else? I'll pick two more. I'll pick 2 more.
Okay.
What do we got? Ooh, flash game websites that you used to play on after school.
Bring it back. Bring it back. I mean, technically leave it, but I mean, because you can play so many other games now through alternate means, that it really doesn't make sense to do that anymore in certain respects. But so realistically leave it, but nostalgically bring it back.
Okay, fidget spinners.
I never really got into them, but they're harmless, you know.
I could enjoy them, but they got really annoying for a little bit. So I'd be okay if they left it, but I'm also okay if they burned it.
Yeah. I'm in that same boat as well. Yeah.
And last one from my list, trading rare skins / items in video games.
Burn it.
You're not a CS2 kind of person, are you?
I just don't like that when a game is overly inundated with microtransactions and it encourages like essentially gambling. It encourages
100%. But that's trading cards in general as well now too. Trading cards and trading items like that is gambling. It 100% is. And that's why they're not stopping, because they're like, well, we're going to take advantage of it. Kids get addicted to gambling and then eventually go to casinos and lose their life savings.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not judging anyone who gambles, and I don't have, any qualms against it. I just don't.
My biggest thing is just be smart about it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I burn it though. Because it's
all right. Do 5 or 6 off your list quick.
Okay.
Then we'll close it out.
Pizza and sleepover rituals.
Ooh, bring it back. Um, like there was nothing that beat like you and a buddy having a pizza. Like your mom or their mom would order a pizza, go over. Either you're playing a couple video games or watching a couple movies, um, just hanging out and passing out at like 4 in the morning.
100%. I mean, I'd offer to have you fly out and we could, party it up, but your wife and kiddos might have something to say about it.
It's also expensive as fuck.
That too, yeah. And my next one is movie rentals, like new release walls, like at Blockbuster.
it's it's still a thing, but just in a different form. Um, like um, Amazon essentially has it so that you um, you can rent new releases rather quickly, and you know
Mm.
watch them once, like most people do. So just leave it. I don't think it's a thing that needs to come back. It was definitely a nostalgia thing. Be able to go to Blockbuster, rent a video, and have it for a week or 2 days or something like that.
Personally, I'm in the bring it back camp. Uh, just from the community aspect of it. Go, going going out, talking to the guy that worked there just to get their recommendation. They're the local movie expert, kind of a thing. But that's probably nostalgia
Yeah.
talking.
Oh, I think so. Because the thing is, a lot of those people that like the new movie would come out, like some of those people were like, they just be like, yeah, no, it's a good movie. Sure. Yeah, go watch it. They've never seen it, never watched it.
Fair enough. Okay, how about this one? The burned CD era playlist.
Ooh, like a mixtape style thing. Ooh,
Yeah, yeah.
ooh, that's yeah, you kind of get that with Spotify playlists still, but bring it back. I think being having a CD player in your car or having a Walkman or something like that to have your favorite songs on, bring it back. I'm okay with it. Yeah. Because the thing is like you'd burn one and then like you'd listen to it for like a week straight.
Sorry.
You'd listen to it for like a week straight, and then you get bored of it because you're like, okay, I've heard these songs a lot now. So you'd go and find 12 new songs that would fit on a disc, and you'd start over again.
Yep.
Remember how only having being able to it's like put like 10 or 12 songs on a disc?
Mm-hmm.
Like now you can get like Spotify playlists of hundreds of songs. Like my Spotify playlist is huge. Um, and it's got hours of music on it. But I'm over it at this point. I need to make a whole new list because it is just I've heard everything. Yeah, it's 19 hours of music, 324 songs, and I'm like, I've heard all of these. I don't need to hear them anymore. I'm over
Wow. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
it.
This is an interesting one. I wish I had this one. Uh, it is hunting for cheat codes or hints in magazines.
Ooh, bring it back. They don't put obvious cheat codes in stuff anymore. Like I remember looking for like GTA Vice City's cheat codes to be able
Yeah.
to spawn in a rocket launcher and stuff like that. Like bring that back.
Yeah, I miss those kind of things so much.
Or like Twisted Metal trying to unlock everything. Yeah, bring
Yeah.
it back. Need more of that.
Okay, you want to do one more?
One more. One more.
All right. So, all right, let's see. I'm going to try to find a banger to end on here for you. Arcade token binges.
Ooh, bring back arcades. Yeah, I'd be down for some arcades. Like being able to go somewhere, hang out with a bunch of friends, like see who could get the high score on Pac-Man or Space Invaders or something like that would just be awesome.
I agree. Bring it back. There's one.
There's there there's a place actually up in the town next to me, an hour away, called Barcadia, and it's an arcade bar. So you go in, have drinks and stuff, but there's arcade machines all over the bar. Um, you just go around and play whatever you want, you know. And I
That's
think it's
awesome.
traditional, like 25 cents for a play or something like that. Like I'm like, fuck. Yeah, bring that back.
That's awesome. Oh
All
man.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back on that for sure. Okay,
Same.
so let's close this out. We've been going probably for 2 hours now.
2 hours
Um,
and 15 minutes.
yeah, okay. So, um, yeah, we've talked about um the one thing we've loved. We've talked about stuff we'd like to bring back. Um, is there a number one thing that died that you're glad died?
I would say one thing from our childhood that I'm glad kind of died out would have to be although it kind of came back spiritually, um, through like do you remember the slime phase?
Yeah, it did come back for a little bit.
As much
Um,
as I liked Gak and stuff, I loved the one that I had. Like,
yeah.
I'm glad it died out because I could only play. You could only play with it like 2 or 3 times, even if you stored it properly, and then it would dry out, and then you
Hmm.
wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
utilize it again. So I,
Yeah.
that's the reason I'm glad it died out.
You know what my answer is? And I didn't play with them, but I hated them. Cabbage Patch Kids.
Fair, valid
or
choice.
or what was the strawberry shortcake? That was more our era.
That was
Um,
God. Those were
I hated them.
awful.
They
Yeah,
were
they
stupid.
they were dumb.
Like, don't get me wrong, they were made for girls, yes. But Patch Kids, fucking ugly. I don't care what you say.
Right? No, you're not
They're
wrong.
just stupid
Agreed.
looking.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, and when it come to strawberry shortcake, they were all scented, and it was terrible. Like,
The most
I was like, why?
fake
Like, stop.
strawberry
Yeah,
saccharine.
but over time it would like sour and not smell good. Like,
Yeah, my little sister had like, oh, it smelled awful. Yeah.
they could bring back Care Bears though. I'd be okay with
Oh, hell yeah.
that. But all right, yeah. Um, as always, I will close us out. Thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. It helps us. If you have any ideas for another episode, let us know. Um, Hopefully, the next one is going to be more TV based. I'm trying to think of something. I had an idea that I could not remember, but thankfully, um, we our resource of ChatGPT helped us figure out something to talk about that's nostalgia based. Hopefully, I remember what my topic was for next week. But yeah, thank you. As always, that's Nano. I'm Gelman. Adios, amigos.
Buenos nachos, everybody.
We didn't go outside.